I listened to the voice, and it saved my life. It was January of 2021, a brand new year, the kind that usually starts with hope, plans, optimism. And I had no idea how much my life was about to change. If you had asked me then, I would have told you everything was fine. Busy, but good. Successful, but tiring. What I didn't know was that a quiet voice inside me was trying to get my attention. And this time, it wasn't whispering. It was shouting. I'm curious, have you ever had that small voice warn you? Did you listen? Please share it in the comments. I want to know who else pays attention to something so quiet, yet so significant. At the time, I was a professional speaker. I traveled the country teaching business owners how to use social media the right way, without pitch slapping people, without feeling fake, without selling their souls for likes and followers. I loved the work, but loving it came with a cost. Airports, planes, hotel rooms, eating alone, always being on. Even after the event ended, I stayed visible. So people could find me, ask questions, share their fears, their hopes. It was rewarding and exhausting. And somewhere inside all of that movement, that small voice started speaking up. I've always trusted that inner voice, and in January of 2021, it became impossible to ignore. It kept saying, get busy, create additional income streams, build something that doesn't depend on you being on a stage. And then the question that stopped me cold. What if something happens and you can't speak anymore? That thought landed hard because it wasn't fear talking. It felt like intuition, relentless, persistent, uncomfortable. So I listened. It frightened me. So I rolled up my sleeves and got to work. I found affiliate products that truly fit my audience. Things I already believed in, things that genuinely helped people. I shared them online. Views increased, people clicked. Questions came in. And then people started buying. By June, just 6 months later, I was earning over $3,000 a month in affiliate income. Not flashy, not time-consuming, but steady. I was still speaking, still coaching. Life felt busy, but balanced. And then everything changed. At the end of July 2021, I spoke at an event in West Palm Beach. That was the same weekend the Delta variant of COVID exploded across Florida. Chaos doesn't even begin to describe it. The Orlando airport was packed, families stranded, flights delayed, then canceled. My flight was canceled twice. The app stopped working. No rebooking, no updates, just a line. Hundreds of people deep, waiting to talk to a gate agent. I tried standing in line, but after 5 minutes, I broke out in a cold sweat. The room spun. My legs felt unsteady. I didn't realize it yet, but my body was already failing me. Have you ever felt super vulnerable and not sure how to even help yourself? That night, I slept sitting upright in an airport chair. McDonald's closed at 10 p.m., the only food option nearby. Kids in Mickey Mouse ears cried from hunger. Parents panicked. Money gone. Flights uncertain. I watched it all, and barely made it onto a flight the next morning. When I finally got home, I didn't get better. I got worse. And worse. So sick that I didn't even understand how sick I was. My husband kept asking if we should go to the hospital. I kept saying no. I'll be fine. I wasn't. Breathing became terrifying. When we finally arrived at the hospital, a nurse helping me into a wheelchair quietly said to my husband, "There are no rooms. She'll be going back home." But once they checked my oxygen levels, everything changed. I was admitted immediately. I don't remember the first few of days. Every minute was a struggle to breathe, to live, to reclaim the good health I'd had for so many years. I spent 10 days in the hospital. I experienced a COVID-induced heart attack. a COVID-induced stroke, severe oxygen deprivation. I was a mess. I didn't know if I'd ever get off oxygen. I didn't know if I'd remember moments with my children, my grandchildren. I didn't know if I'd ever speak normally again. Words disappeared mid-sentence. Thoughts scattered. The woman who made a living speaking could barely string sentences together. For 6 months, I lived with oxygen tanks as my lungs slowly healed. I completed 36 weeks of pulmonary rehab. I followed every instruction exactly. Most days were spent sitting in my favorite chair, my cat on my lap, the TV on, just for noise, not entertainment, just proof the world was still moving. Here's the part that still blows me away. Even while I couldn't speak, even while my body healed, the affiliate income kept coming. Because I had listened. Because I had acted before the crisis. I no longer earned money as a speaker, but the income I built earlier covered my expenses. And then some. And it continued to grow every month. It gave me peace when I needed it most. That quiet voice? It didn't just guide my career. It saved me. Here's the hard truth. Life throws curveballs we can't prepare for. We don't get warnings. We don't get timelines. And as women over 50, the stakes are higher. Statistically, we earn less. We save less. We're hired less. And when our choices are severely limited, we're expected to just figure it out. This channel exists because I refuse to believe our best years are behind us. Here, we tell the stories of women who reinvented themselves after 50. Widows, divorced women, single women, mothers who don't want to be a burden. Mothers who don't want to be a burden. Women who are tired of having more month than money. Women who rolled up their sleeves and chose themselves. If these stories of resilience, illness, loss, and hope speak to you, please subscribe and like this video. It helps me bring you more stories like this. And if you have a reinvention story, even if you're still in the middle of it, share a bit in the comments. I'd love to know how you turned a setback into a setup, because your story isn't over, and neither is mine. Together, let's be our own hero.